Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday, so it's Return to Collecting Top 50 of all time. Today we're going to do number 9. This guy is one of the greatest hitters of all time, hands down. He had a run that was just so incredibly dominant that I don't think it'd ever be repeated. And, career numbers that are insane, one of the highest batting averages of all time. So overall, incredibly good baseball player. Not the nicest guy, but incredibly good baseball player. So without further ado, let's jump into number 9. All right, guys, so number 9 is Mr. Rogers Hornsby. Here's his 1922 American Caramel E121. This is the one that has him in the outfield. He also has a version that has him at second base. It's a cool image. Really like the looks of these cards. It's just kind of clean, black and white with the big thick border on it. And there's the back of this guy. I picked this one up in Strongsville this year. And then we have the 1921 exhibits, Rogers Hornsby. This one, I really like this one. I've had this card for quite a while. It's one of its, obviously it's a little earlier than the 22. It's an early card of his. It's got a young kind of picture of him on there. It's a great looking card. I think it looks pretty good for a 2. It's got kind of a weak corner here, but other than that, it's a good looking card. It's a blank back, but I do really like that image of him on there. So those are my 2 Rogers Hornsby pieces from the collection. So Rogers Hornsby was born on April 27th, 1896 in Winters, Texas. His father died when he was 2 years old, and his mother moved the family to Fort Worth when he was 6, so the boys can get jobs and support the family. He started playing baseball while working as a messenger for Swift Meatpacking Company. By the time he was 10, he was a backup infielder for the company team. At 15, he was already playing for multiple semi-pro teams and played a season for his high school team before dropping out in the 10th grade. He went to work full-time for Swift. Rogers' brother Everett, a minor league ball player, got him a tryout with the Dallas Steers. Hornsby made the team, but was cut for bad performance. He then signed with the Class D Hugo Scouts. The team went bankrupt halfway through the season, so Hornsby's contract was sold to the Denison Champions. The Champions changed their name to the Railroaders and joined the Western Association later that year. Hornsby was playing below average and was prone to committing a lot of errors. In an early season exhibition game with the Railroaders and the St. Louis Cardinals, Cardinals manager Miller Huggins had a scout on the lookout for talent since he had a very small budget that season. The Cardinals purchased Hornsby's contract, regardless of how he was playing, I guess. He was the youngest rookie in the National League that year at 19. Huggins told Hornsby that he should be farmed out. Since the farm system was a brand new concept, Hornsby thought he meant to go work on a farm to gain strength. Rogers worked on a farm during the offseason and gained 30 pounds of muscle. He led the league in triples the next season. After a few rocky first starts, Branch Rickey, GM of the Cardinals at the time, moved Hornsby to second base in 1920. He really came into his own. His hitting run from 1920 to 1925 was otherworldly. He led the league in runs 3 times, hits 4 times, triples once, RBIs 4 times, and batting average, on-base percentage, slugging, OPS, and OPS plus all 6 of those seasons. He had 2 triple crowns during that run as well. He also hit the highest modern batting average of 424. Yeah, that's right. He hit 424 in 1924. Hell, he averaged a 402 over that 6-year span. He went on to have one of the greatest careers of all time. Though he was traded around a lot because his teams couldn't stand him, he was arrogant, self-righteous, and a jerk to boot, but man, could he hit, and he loved playing baseball. His awards included being a 2-time MVP, 1926 World Series champ, 2-time Triple Crown winner, 7-time batting leader. His single-season achievements include leading the league in games played 3 times, runs 5 times, hits 4 times, including 7 seasons of over 200, doubles 4 times, triples once, home runs twice, RBIs 4 times, batting average 7 times, including 3 times over 400, the most of a modern player, tied with Ty Cobb. On base percentage 9 times, slugging 9 times, OPS 11 times, OPS plus 12 times, and total bases 7 times, including 450 total bases in 1922. For his career, he had 1,579 runs scored, 2,930 hits, putting him 40th all-time, 541 doubles, putting him 38th all-time, 169 triples, putting him 25th all-time, 301 home runs, setting a National League record at the time, 1,584 RBIs, a 359 career batting average, putting him second all-time behind Ty Cobb. 434 on base percentage, putting him 8th all-time in Major League Baseball. 577 slugging, 12th all-time in Major League Baseball. 1.01 OPS, 7th all-time in Major League Baseball, and a 175 OPS plus, putting him 5th all-time in Major League Baseball. He started as a player-manager in 1925 and continued through his retirement in 1937. He came back to baseball to manage the Browns and Reds in 1952 and 1953. Hornsby judged his teammates for smoking, drinking, and going to the movies. He thought movies would mess up his hitting eye. Hornsby's vice was the horses. He lost much more than he won. It's rumored that he was fired from a few manager jobs for leaving the dugout to place bets. Due to his inability to pick horses, Hornsby ended up playing in the minors into his late 40s to make money. Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis, famous for banning Shoeless Joe Jackson, blackballed Hornsby due to his gambling. When Landis died in 1944, it still took Hornsby many years to get jobs with major league teams. He finished out his managing career with the Reds in 1953. Hornsby was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1942. He died of a heart attack in 1963 at the age of 66. Some quotes about Hornsby include, "He was frank and to the point of being cruel and subtle as a belch," sports writer Lee Allen. "If consistency is a jewel, then Mr. Hornsby is a whole rope of pearls," sports writer Joe Williams. "Son, when you pitch a strike, Mr. Hornsby will let you know," umpire Billy Clem to a rookie pitcher who was complaining about the call. And we'll close out with some quotes by Rogers Hornsby. "Any ball player who doesn't sign autographs for little kids ain't an American. He's a communist." "I don't want to sound egotistical, but every time I stepped up to the plate with a bat in my hands, I couldn't help but feel sorry for the pitcher." "I posed with some real major leaguers, not bush leaguers like he is. He couldn't carry my bat. He didn't hit in 2 years, but I hit in 1, referencing his photo op with Roger Maris in spring training after Maris hit 61 home runs the season before. I agree with this next one. The big trouble is not really who isn't in the Hall of Fame, but who is. It was established for a select few. And lastly, people ask me what I do in the winter when there's no baseball. I'll tell you what I do. I stare out the window and wait for spring. All right, guys. So one more time, here are the 2 Hornsby pieces from my collection. The 22 American Caramel with him as an outfielder, and the 21 exhibits. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed number 9, Rogers Hornsby, one of the greatest hitters of all time. Again, these rankings are my opinion, so if you disagree with them, let me know in the comments below. If you like the video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you are subscribed, I appreciate your subscription. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.